minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome. It is Thursday, so you know what that means. It's time for... it's like I have a checklist that I run through before I stream, and yet I still don't run through the checklist of the things I'm supposed to do before I stream. Welcome, my Jesticles, to this Thursday edition of the Jest stream there is. We are going to be doing an interview with Christian Park, a.k.a. Dr. Freeze. But that is not for a solid hour. He's going to be getting into my Discord around 6 o'clock Pacific time. So he'll be joining us not for a little while yet. I keep looking over here, but you guys are right there. You're right there. Hello. Welcome. So he's not going to be joining us for a little bit of time. So we're going to do the finger wiggle thing like we usually do, and shouts out to Dave for being the prime Jesticle and letting me know that I should recharge my gloves before the stream, because I definitely would have forgotten today. I 100% would have forgotten today, guaranteed. And they would have died quick too, because I used them for like a week without charging them. So excellent. But before we get started in our gloving endeavors, let's find something to listen to. Funk NCS. Is Homeboy gonna get us in trouble? Let's see. I really like Smooth Sounds on YouTube. They've got phenomenal playlists all the time. Oh, let's fix that too. What do you call it when you get zucked on YouTube? It's just a copyright strike at that point. Zucked is in reference to Mark Zuckerberg taking down your shit with a copyright strike or getting you banned or whatever, blocking you from the platform. So zucking is strictly anything that has to do with any disciplinary measures that has to do with Facebook. Versus YouTube, it's just either they copyright claim you, or they full on say no, you can't post this video, or they might even copyright strike you. If they copyright strike you, they're saying you're stealing something right now and you can't and they're trying to claim it. But yeah, it's basically just copyrights. Before we go too far further, I just want to say fit by You Got Moves, the nice sponsor jersey, but then we also got this velvety t-shirt that was given to me by Entheos Vibrations, my friend who runs a festy clothing line. Look at these shorts. The shorts and the velvety t-shirt, man, I'm feeling luxurious in the vibes right now. So we're killing it. But yeah, thanks again, Dave, for making sure I charge my gloves. We're gonna make sure they're nice and bright for the stream. Good call on that one. So what brings on that question, Dave? Did you notice my last stream got pulled because of the Space Laces mix? Well, it's back up now because all I did is I trimmed out muted the audio of that section. So the good news is my content is still there. The bad news is there's not any audio to it. So no audio indeed. I'm here, but I'm doing something. Me too, I'm here, but I'm doing something as well. Yeah, YouTube has been doing some stuff lately, so I also got to be careful about what I record and play during the streams. That's why I usually only play a specific playlist, but lately I've been getting bored of that playlist and I haven't taken the time to make a new playlist, so we're kind of struggling there. But poor act, man. Poor act, man. I'm not sure what that means, Joe. The Act Man is a popular FPS YouTuber. Oh, okay, so he probably got yeeted for some DCMA stuff, huh? Unsurprising. To get like full on sued and shit? See, that's what I never want to happen to me. Gotta be careful out here in these streets, my guy. These streets of YouTube. Just fully demonetized, God, imagine. Ugh. So last week we came up with, I think, 5 different cap drills that I was going to record over the weekend, and I recorded all of them over the weekend, and 2 of them are scheduled already, which means I've got a couple more to edit before I am moving on to the next group of batch of cap drills to record. But the ones that I got to are the continuity cage. Shout out to CC. The stagger switch. And the stagger cage. As well as the JPEG, aka the digital compressions. Heh, I like that one a lot. Oops. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And then the vexing box, or was it the vexing cube? Or the vexing square? I think it was the vexing box is what it was. So, stay tuned for those continuous action patterns to be posted and hosted on my website, or not my website, but my YouTube channel here, of course. So, I also want to shout out to all of you cats who are subscribed, because most of you already are. But we are almost to the 2,500 mark, which is cool. Once we get to the 2,500 mark, I'm giving away another Amazing Lights gift card. I've got 2 of them. So, one of them is given away at 2,500. And the next one will give away at 3,000. So share the channel, share the stream. Also share the yougotmoves.com/G3 with all of your friends. I have been giving out whites to anyone who will post a show on their platforms, a light show on their platforms that will promote the G3 links. If you do that, let me know. I will send you a free pair of You Got Moves whites. Also, of course, if you buy You Got Moves whites over the course of the night, I will give you an extra pair of whites. So buy 5, get 6 until the end of the night during the stream. Of course, obviously, I know when you buy them. So if I see you buy during the stream or anytime tonight during Thursday night, I will hook you up with a 6th pair for faux Rizzy. Faux free! Faux free! So smash that like button, share the stream, drink some water, you know what it is. I also did one more cap drill this last weekend that probably won't get made for quite a while, but it is a kind of a 9-point switcheroo. Any G3 news? Teddy typically has some news for me. Let me see if I can find any news. Admin chat. No, it doesn't look like it. We have the collection of sponsorship items. They're not shit items. They're good items. They're very nice items. Sponsorship items. We're less than 20 tickets away from releasing batch 3 of competitor tickets, so go buy those right now. And other than that, we are looking for contenders, I think, as well. So we're less than 11 weeks out. We're less than 3 months away from this event now. So perhaps consider blowing up your friends who haven't gotten their tickets yet and be like, yo, what are you waiting for? We are really close to this event. You're going to want to go. You're going to miss out on it. Do not let your friends miss out on it. Ooh, that's what I should do. Yeah, I don't foresee that happening, to be honest with you. He's not much for the gloving community much anymore, it seems like. But, you know, he likes the music, so he does the gloving when he does the music. Ah, I can't hit these buttons. What is wrong with me? There it goes. Oh, that is not the right. There's a couple other ones I could think of. So what if we called this? So there's one where I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back and forth. And I kind of stole that from a move that Vex does. Again. So there's probably a whole series of vexing moves, like vexing compression, maybe the convections, maybe we'll call them convections. Clock flick. It's not really a clock though. It's just compressions happening. A clock would be more along the lines of something swinging back and forth. Yeah. Convection flick. I like the convection flick because it is a compression that I stole from Vex. No, wait, because the flick is from Vex. The compression is just something I added in there. He did it like, he did some weird thing where he like rotated around. You know what? What did he do? We should look at it. Let's look at it. You wanna just look at it? Just look at it. Let's take a look on YouTube. IGC Vex versus Puppet. Oh, look at that. It's me watching this video for probably the 700th time. Okay. I might get in trouble for these songs, but whatever. Why does it keep turning off this shit? He did a magic trick right there. Where is it? It's coming soon. Right there, I think. No, that wasn't it. He just hits every beat and then does cool things with it too. He's kind of rude about it, honestly. I yearn for this. Oh, I think that was it. I yearn for this time in my life. Where's the exit full screen? Where's the playback options? Why can't I play this in different speeds? Maybe it's too low. Let's try this again. Let's look close. So he does this. Kind of, but not really. Okay, that's not it yet. Ah, see? He stole that move from me. He stole that move from me. Ha! Ha! See, I'm not the only one who's stealing moves from Vex. Vex stole this move. The fucking, stagger switch. He stole that from me the week before IGC and then threw it in his fucking final show. That's my one claim to fame. Did I hallucinate him throwing that in this? Maybe it was his. It might have been. It might have been that I thought he did the thing, or it might have been earlier. You know what? I might have also hallucinated it. That time in my life, we don't talk about that, okay? So, maybe it wasn't that he did it this time. Let's look up the other video that I'm thinking of. Vex loss. Oh, crap. Oh, there it is right there. Huh. This show is just unbelievably good. See, there's the vexing box that I stole. I say that I stress you, but that's not the case. When I come in this game, there's something to say, but I'm losing my reins, cause I've been lost. Like a ball toss in the backyard, going in circles like NASCAR. Time, but I never slack off. Vibes is the winter when I blast off. Fuck him and I'm caught up in the mix. Feel him in the bottom of the pit. Liquor in the bottle that I sip. Doesn't help the thought of an it. Not underneath the drug till it pierce my soul. Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay, I wasn't hallucinating. I knew it had something to do with. So he does this somehow. Does a let's watch it one more time. Jesus. So yeah, he does a wave while he interlaces into this position and then flicks 3 or 4 times. Flicks this 3 or 4 times. And I was like, yes, but put it here. But put it there. And then it eventually turned into this. So that's where I stole that from. But this conveniently enough is where I've this whole I have unashamedly bit most of the concepts out of this whole show. This one, unk. And then when he does the fucking thing, he just hits every beat. He just hits every beat that he's ever heard. He hits it. Vex, wherever you are, I wish you the best. He's just so good, dude. This move right here, where he throws the whip around and then comes down. Dumb. Dumb. Around the head. Dumb. Best glover on the face of the planet. I will not be taking arguments. I will not be taking. The floor is closed. There's no debate. FX is the best glover on the planet. I will fist fight anyone about that. I would love to see someone doing better than Vex. Honestly, I would love to see it, but I think we peaked. I think we peaked with the prodigy from Florida. Could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Where'd my music go? Oh yeah, I was listening to music on YouTube and I closed it. What should we listen to? You guys are getting a unique opportunity to punch something in. Should we listen to lo-fi? Should we listen to funk? Should we listen to synthwave? Should we listen to... What do we got? Don't worry, I'm on my way. I'm going to make my next prodigy. You're going to make the next prodigy. Alright, I'm here for it. We're going to listen to some lo-fi. I have decided. Lo-fi and CS. Let's see what we got here. I've already decided I don't want to listen to lo-fi. Let's look for synthwave. Synthwave and CS. It's amazing that I can't hit my button placement. I need to figure out where the best spot for my buttons is. I have small fingers that don't like to do the thing. Where's the NCS liquid DNB? It's a good question. I wonder if that exists. Should we look that up? NCS liquid DNB. Oh, look at that. Best of German bass, no copyright sounds. Here we go, liquid DNB.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I down.
Now glove like volley, okay.
My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Okay, that was my impression. That was my impression of Folly. It's actually a pretty good impression of Folly, if you ask me. He's one of my oldest glove friends. Now do a kickflip.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Glove like Teddy? Ooh, okay. He does a lot of thumbs and liquids and tuts, so I think I got Teddy nailed. What's the verdict, Teddy? Did I get it? Out of 10. Be mean. Be mean. It's all right. Roast me. Six out of 10. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I see. Here's the thing. I don't have the Teddy signature timing down. He's got this very presentational timing that is very, very much a signature to him. So I'll take a passing grade. Why don't you take an open consult with me and I'll teach it to you? I think that's probably aimed at more of you guys. Cause at this point in my life, I don't really think I need to learn how to glove like anyone in particular. I can just glove like me. Now, it's always fun to do impressions, but like... oh, now that's a trade I could go for. That's an interesting concept. Pinky Torture V2. You guys remember Pinky Torture? Maybe I should remake Pinky Torture. I expect to see this trade at G3. Should we do a G3 producer exhibition, Tedward? Is that a thing? The people are demanding it. We'll have to see what kind of time frame we have open for that sort of shenanigans, because I know that Tedward wants to run a tight ship, a strict boat. He wants to keep the poop off the poop deck. I'd rather do judge exhibitions than get up there myself. Aw, Tedward. My heart hurts hearing that, but you know, I can respect it. Definitely want to see showcases from the movement judges. So what's your guys' favorite set out of these so far? The one where they're off. That's rude. Oh man, this is the hate coming from my mods? Ooh, jeez, with friends like these, who needs enemies? The grassy eggs for sure is one of my favorites out of this whole set. This one's not bad. Everyone wants to be my enemy. Feel you like this blue, purple, gold? This is a good one. I like this one a lot. Cause I'm stinky. Can smell me through the screen. I'll take that L. Maybe we can turn this into a cap somehow. 1, 2, 3. How the fuck do I do that? 4, 5, 6. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Or is it this or is it this? I think that's the one. Yeah, there it is. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 6. We'll flesh that one out later. Shifting triangles or something. We glovin' right now, Andrew. I will be playing some Apex around probably in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. I'll be playing some Apex, but in about 15 minutes from now, we're gonna be joined by our friend Dr. Freeze over at the Lighthouse. So he's gonna join us for a shifty interview, a swifty interview, not a shifty interview, a swifty interview, and we're gonna talk about his gloving stuffs. And yeah, that'll be that. So we'll let him have it. But take this opportunity to drink some water, because that is what I'm going to do. And I actually don't have my water next to me, so enjoy this image of my booty as I walk away. And now watch me triumphantly walk back into frame with my bottle of water. Drink some water, you dehydrated fiends. You absolute noodles. Oh, I should probably take off of the bright mode that's giving us anxiety.
We'll see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light?
This is not my same playlist. This is a different playlist for sure. This is a playlist of Liquid DNB, and I'm not gonna lie, this is some of the most boring Liquid DNB I've ever heard. Let's find something else. What do you guys want to hear? What's up, JJ? What is good, my dude? Let's listen to funk, because funk always gets there. Take this opportunity to smash that like button and share the stream if you don't mind. We are live every Thursday. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what you've been doing. Only like and subscribe for a toe show. Listen, we've done our toe show on this channel here. That has already been played out. I should have posted that on TikTok. I still should. I could still. Another one, he says. Listen, I gotta get. I missed the party that was hyped for weeks. That happened. Oh, that's back in an old stream. I should get better toe socks. I should genuinely get better toe socks. Because the gloves didn't really fit in them that well, but I would not be opposed to trying it again. Ooh, here's another one we could do. Compressions. What do you call this? Anti-spin, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna fix this camera eventually. Listen, we just all had to blink at the same time, alright? Don't worry about it. Says King Tuts. King Toots. What do me and the Egyptians gotten? What's the same about me and an Egyptian pharaoh? We got toots in common. Oh no! Oh no! I'm really sorry about that one, but I I'm really not sorry about it. more puns. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing puns around here. We be very punderstanding and underachievers over here. We definitely approve of those types of activities. Would you say that you can be punny at times? Yeah, I definitely am. My main source of humor is sarcasm and puns, so honestly. Pew 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 pew. I like this playlist a lot though. I'm gonna drop it in the drop. Hopefully we're hearing from our boy anytime soon. Sometime soon. Reasonably soon.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello!
Hello, hello.
We have a guest. Welcome.
Can I turn my camera on?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me, Here we are. Hello and welcome to the stream.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm going to
What's
frame
the
it.
best way to watch? On YouTube?
Yep, I am on YouTube live on Thursdays, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Got it.
I attempted to stream on Facebook. Granted, it was a video game stream, so I could understand why it didn't really pop off that much, considering my streaming on my Facebook, my gloving page. So, weird. But YouTube has been good to me, so we're gonna keep being on YouTube.
Nice, very nice. What kind of setup are you running? Are you using like a multi-streaming platform or service or anything like that?
So I'm running my stream off of the OBS Studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really doing any multi-stream at the moment. I would look into it for sure. But yeah, I just haven't yet. So I don't really have much of an excuse other than I'm a little scared of the complex setup. I already screw enough stuff up on OBS. So
For sure. Yeah, I was looking at some, and there's one called Caster. It's like CASTR,
sure.
and yeah, you pretty much just send directly from your OBS to Caster, and it'll cast to like your multiple platforms.
How much does it
Yeah.
cost?
It's free. It's completely free. Yeah, so it's something to look into. I wanted to do that for like TikTok and IG, but I haven't really gotten
Can
set up
it'll
yet.
cast to TikTok?
Yeah, there's multiple. Yeah, it'll cast to, and it'll do it in like the different formats too.
Bro, you just changed my life. That's huge. That is big news. I'm gonna look into that literally tonight when I get done with streaming. That is incredible. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple of them actually, but that one is the one. There's another one. I took notes on it. I was doing some research. But yeah, other ones will have like their brand logo in the bottom corner, or like won't allow you to do certain things.
Sure.
But
But
yeah, that
Caster
one-
is for the people apparently, huh?
Yep.
That's good news. That is good to hear. I am going to look into that because I've been wanting to stream on. I started streaming on TikTok a little bit, but it's so wonky to try to stream to a phone while you're streaming to a computer I'm streaming on my my DSLR so that I get all this room for activities, but I don't have that on my phone, so they're not even seeing what I want them to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Trouble in paradise, as they say.
Mhm.
First world problems as big as they come,
Yeah, some Glover problems.
for real. But thanks for being here on this fine Thursday. I have a list of interview questions that we could go through here. These are the questions that I asked all of the people who I interviewed for the Gloving book. So if you have a desire to be in version 2 of the book, whenever that may be, I can transcribe this interview and we can put that in the book if that's something you're interested in.
Dope.
People
Yeah.
are currently getting a backstage pass into my Google Drive at the moment, so let me change that up real quick so that they can see you again. That I can open up this interview list here. Alright, here we go. But before we get into this interview too far, let's plug your stuff. First of all, go sub to the Lighthouse over on YouTube. That's your channel, right? The Lighthouse?
Yeah, the Lighthouse. You can just Google search or YouTube search the Lighthouse Gloving, and it'll probably pop up.
Definitely pops up. He's one of the actual good content creators on YouTube, so thanks for that.
Thank you.
Gloving content creators on YouTube, I should say. I mean, obviously there's a ton of good content creators on YouTube. It's a whole battle royale out there, but like there's like 4 of us who make content on YouTube for gloving these days, so
Yeah.
that's fun. But yeah, follow him on TikTok, Cold Pause with a K, right?
Yeah, Cold Pause, KOLDPAWS, Cold Pause.
Cold Pause. cause he be chilly with it. And then what else you wanna have him follow or whatever else you wanna tell him? Now is the time.
That's pretty much it. Just YouTube, and then Instagram and TikTok are both cold paws. So I post more light shows on those two. Gonna go live more on those two. And then YouTube is like tutorials. I'm posting shorts on there, some other recordings, and then I'm also posting vlogs really soon. So be on the lookout for the vlogs.
Be on the lookout for the vlogs. All right. Well then, let's just get straight into the interview. Your full name is Christian Park,
Yes.
but you go by Dr. Freeze, yes?
Yes.
Dr. Freeze. All right. And where did you pick up gloving?
The first light show I ever got, I was up in Oregon with a friend, or with a couple friends, and he had just started raving. So we were just hanging out in the room, and he's like, dude, let me show you guys something cool. And he gave me a light show, and I was just completely blown away. Like, dude, this is some magical shit right here. I have to learn this.
That is exactly
And
how I
so-
felt when I first saw it.
Yeah. So that was the first light show I got. From then, I just picked up some like cheap free wires, you know, the RGB ones with the white tip, the black gloves with the white tips. Played around with those for a little bit, and then ended up buying some Micromax like 3Cs,
Okay. Okay.
messing around with those. I think they were like green, white, green, blue, or something along those lines.
And what year was this?
2014.
2014.
So I picked up gloving in 2014, and then about a year into it, I saw an Impact show on Glover's Lounge by this guy Michael Pham.
Oh,
I don't think he
sure.
really, yeah, he doesn't really post that much. But after I saw that, I was like, dude, I have to learn that style. Like, that actually, like, going back to that very first light show that I saw in Oregon, when my friend was giving me that light show, I was thinking like, what if like there could be two different like characters and you could like tell a story between them? And so I had like the idea of impacting in my head from like the beginning, and that actually stems from when I was a child. I was in Vegas with my family, and there was this dude playing with like these magic lights, right? And when I
Delights,
saw it,
yeah.
I was like,
Oh, I'm getting
Yeah.
an echo. Am I coming through your speakers?
yeah, it might be feeding.
It's feeding your mic through your speakers right now.
Yeah, my mic is pretty sensitive.
I think it's better. Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
But yeah, the
Um,
delights are a magic trick from the 80s even, I believe, the late 80s. Love those
Yeah, so
things.
I've been like conjuring with these since I was like super young, and so naturally when I saw impacting, I was like, okay, that's the thing I have to learn, and then I just haven't looked back since.
Valid. Love that. So what teams have you repped past and present? I know you're on TNT now, right? Do they currently have a rule about being only on TNT? I thought that was a thing for a while.
Yeah, so there was like a one tag rule. I would say it's not like a hard rule. I know it used to be in the past, but I mean, I don't really enforce it, and I mean, and I think we're kind of shifting our.
Oh shit, are you
Or-
a captain now?
Yeah, so I'm one of the captains. Me and Corduroy are captains of TNT. But we don't honestly, we're cool with like multiple tags. Like, it's not really a big deal to us because
Cool.
we understand people have like their own families and whatnot.
Right. Gloving's
Like-
a little too big these days to actually enforce some kind of one tag rule. Now, granted, there's too many tags out there, or too many glovers out there, really, and I'm even guilty of this, having like 9 different tags. And it's like, who do you really represent?
Yeah,
And the answer to that
Yeah.
is PM every day, PM all day,
nice.
all
nice.
day, every day.
Yeah,
all
but
day.
going back to your question about what tags did I used to have, of course I was on Nameless before TNT. That's kind of like the precursor.
I was gonna say that's like the minor leagues to the TNT, isn't it? It's just like, yo, I got called up to TNT. I was on Nameless first, but now they're calling me up.
Yeah, one of my friends, or one of our friends, Alan, he described it. He said, Nameless is like the JV squad.
That's literally how I pictured it. It's like, all right, so here's this talent pool of Nameless who aren't TNT yet, but they're all our prospects. They just don't know it yet.
Because there were a lot of beasts on there, and yeah, hats off to them. They're some like really good people.
Yeah, no, got a lot of love for the nameless tag. It's one of the more unique looking tags, first of all, but like just the shows on nameless are phenomenal. Shouts out to James Jury, by the way.
Oh yes. And then what was that? Before that, or I'm also on HF, which is not really like a skill-based tag. It's honorary family. It's more like a fam tag. And then before that, I was on Impact Pals, like way back in the day. And that's it.
That's valid. So you've always been about the Impact gang. That is respectable. We already covered you started in 2014, but what were your peak years, and what do you think Gloving's peak years were?
My peak years are, I think, right now. I mean, I'm still practicing a lot and just getting better, or trying to get better every day and learn new concepts. So I think Gloving's peak years, in terms of the overall scene, oh man. In terms of the impacting scene, it would have to have been in like 2014, like that area when there was like that second, third wave of impactors coming in, a lot of new innovation.
I hear that for sure.
Yeah, when Skittles came back, a lot of people started impacting.
There was a breath of fresh air that happened right around 2014, 2015, where everyone's like, I gotta find Inovas, I gotta get me some Inovas. And then only like 4 or 5 people actually figured out how to impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is definitely historically accurate. If I would have to say so, that the second wind of impactors around 2014, 2015 really left a very interesting mark on the style. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, very different, but kind of branched out and opened a lot of new doors. I gotta say though, like a lot of it was just from Corduroy. Like,
true.
Yeah, he pretty much pioneered like the current impacting style. So yeah, much respect to him.
That is entirely accurate as well. Do you have any favorite memories from festivals and gloving events that you can share with us?
Oh man. From festivals, I mean, there's so many, like countless times where I've given people light shows and they just like they start like crying, or I'd like one of them actually it was at a show, an Anjunadeep show in New York, and this girl was like really fucked up, and she said she like couldn't really move for like the past couple hours, and I gave her a show and then she snapped out of it and she was perfectly fine. And she was like, dude, you just saved me from like a 3-hour bad trip. And I was
phenomenal.
Like, yeah.
It's amazing what a little bit of light can bring into someone's life.
100%. So stuff like that kind of inspires me to just keep gloving and keep giving people light shows.
Absolutely.
In terms of like gloving events, I would just say like mainly the trades that I got from people. Like Skittles, like one of the best trades I've got. You mentioned James Jury earlier, who actually goes by Jamie now. Jamie, one of the best trades I've gotten. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Phenomenal. I feel like this question has already kind of been answered, but who are your main inspirations, and do you still have contact with them?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I mean, number one, definitely Corduroy, biggest inspiration. Like, feel all of his moves. And then number two, probably Skittles. His strobing, unlike anything I've ever seen in my life, and like really just mind-boggling. Number three, that one is kind of hard.
He's only got two. He's only got the big two. There's not even the big three. It's just two of them.
Well, the third I would be split between like Karma, Fry, like uh, Zero,
Fry belongs on that
Megatron.
list because in my mind he's the cliche answer. I'm sorry for using that word, but like at the same time, there's a reason why he's the cliche answer. Like he absolutely set himself apart when it came to impact shows, and his style is irrepeatable, uncopyable.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and his shows like to this day are so ahead of its time.
Mhm.
Like the shows from 10 years ago are still like, yo, what the fuck? How did he do that?
Literally, my boy was absolutely ahead of his time is the right phrase for it.
And another thing that he did that not a lot of impactors can do well is he had really good musicality.
He actually focused on hitting beats as well, and he didn't just take you through the format. Like he used the format, and he was just like, all right, so here's my guidelines. I'm gonna throw as many cool concepts into these guidelines as I possibly can, and he always hit the right guideline. Like he always hit the marks. You know what I'm talking about? Like the format was still there, but he's just like, here's my little garlic powder on top of it.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, the next question then is, what were your reasons for starting? And the second part of that question is stopping, and it doesn't seem like you have stopped, so we won't even bother asking that. But what was your main instead of answering what was your reason for starting gloving, because you kind of did that with where did you pick up gloving? What was your reason for sitting down and saying, all right, I'm gonna actually turn this into something. I'm gonna be a content creator for gloving.
Yeah. So I was looking online and I just didn't see a lot of good tutorials on YouTube. If they were like 10 years old, like old Sharky tutorials. And I was like, dude, I gotta remake these and just make something like a little more concise that captures everything. So yeah, that's what inspired me to like make the tutorials I did. And then another big factor was Gary V.
Oh, for sure.
Gary, yeah, he was like, I followed him pretty heavily, like listened to his podcast a couple years ago, and he was just talking about posting content and putting your art out there. And so I just started with like Instagram, and then he told me to get onto TikTok. Well, he didn't tell me personally, but you know, he told all his followers.
He told you personally. You know, let's be real. That honestly is exactly how Gary V followers are too. It's like he told me this, and it's like, man, you heard that in a podcast. I love that though. Hey man, it worked for you. It worked, and it's put you on the right path. So he told you. As far as I'm concerned, he told you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a lot of like bigger visions for the channel as well, just in terms of like what kind of content I want to make. So yeah, I think I'm just getting started right now, and I'm really excited for where it's about to go.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I'm also here for the content grind. Obviously, I'm been streaming every Thursday, like I said. So if you ever want to be on, just let me know. Will always have room for people to come on and do the thing. If you ever got anything important to let your community know or let my community know, just hop in the chat while we're streaming and just elbow me out of the way.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So the next question on the list here. Another question that feels like it's just been answered because of the nature of impacting. So I don't even really need to ask, what do you call your style? Because you're an impactor. And the next question, the next part of the question is what style preference do you like when you're receiving a show? And I feel like it's the same answer, right? Like if you'd love to see impacting. Am I wrong?
You're absolutely right.
And you know, it's valid too, because like you don't see impacting that often, and you particularly don't see good impacting that often. So when you run into someone who impacts at an event, you're like, oh, I found the golden ticket. I found him. I found the guy.
Yeah, it's such like a small category even inside of gloving.
It's a subgenre inside of a subgenre that's already inside of a subgenre. So like, cool. Because like, there's finger styles, right? Then there's gloving, and then there's impacting right here. There's like 4 people in all of finger styles that do impacting. But that's exactly what makes it so valuable, because you know, if there's a lot of something, it's not as valuable. So
That's true. That's very true.
so are you credited with any innovation in the gloving techniques meta?
I don't know if I would be credited for like certain moves, but like I think I came up with a few moves.
Okay. What moves are your signatures? How about that?
Let me put on the gloves. So a lot of it has to do with like this, like I guess I call them like Italians, or people call them like Italian hands.
Italian hands.
Yeah, right.
I already know where you're going with this. I'm Italian. I get it. Hey, bada boopy.
So it's like, it has to do with this shape right here and using this thing. So I like to do like different, let me turn these lights on too. Well, my batteries are dead, but it has to do with like utilizing this and making like creatures.
Okay.
And then like switching them, doing like different creatures like this.
So that
And
real
also,
like snappy, stroby movement with this kind of.
Yeah, it's just utilizing mostly just like just this thing right here. And I love doing like different creatures and whatnot.
Sure.
So yeah, that stuff. I mean, I like going on the like creatures. Like I love doing like, I call this one like a reindeer. Different stuff like this. And then like when they're least suspecting it, you could like boom hit them with like a blue strobe.
So here's a random question, and that is kind of sort of related to impacting. How big are your hands? What size gloves do you wear?
My hands are pretty small. I wear mediums for these Keck purple tags. Yeah, my hands are pretty small compared to like a lot of other people's.
Do you have what you would call normal sized thumbs?
Yeah, I would say they're normal.
All right. Well, then I'm just a baby and have something wrong with my thumbs, because every time I would try to impact, and even to this day, I can't hit buttons. I currently actually have my buttons for these vortexes on my thumbs, where you would hit a button for an impact, right? And my thumbs don't want to squish down flat on the top of my hands. So Fry would always do this. Maybe it wasn't, or even in the center of my palms. Like Fry would always do this change where he would hit the buttons with his hands flat in the center of his palms. My hands will not do that without like scraping my or bending my first finger a little bit, because it's just like I can't get that force behind my thumbs. So that was one of the reasons why I always like put down the Inovas after trying to pick them up for a little bit. Like I could get the conjuring tricks for a little bit, but then it was just like, all right, some of these button presses that I want to hit, I can't hit because my thumbs are not letting me.
Yeah, that's actually so I teach people how to impact, and a lot of my students have trouble like doing the palm clicks, like these ones. Like these ones are hard too with a closed fist. The button mod really helps, like putting a little piece of like rubber inside the Inova to like make it easier to
Even with button
click.
mod, I could never get it proper. So
Yeah,
was
it
tough
helps
for
out
me.
a lot. Like I would not be able to click without the button mods. And then like I know some strategies or techniques that people use is they'll put the Inova like to the side of their thumb so it becomes easier to click.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's like people find their own ways around it.
Good to know that I'm not alone in that interest in that particular hurdle. But yeah, I never made it over that one. So.
And then yeah, I'll just say one last move that I'm like particularly proud of. It's like this. It's a strobing concept, and you pretty much like stop right in front of their eyes, and you slowly open them. And so what this does is it causes the viewer's eyes to go cross-eyed here because it splits the eyes apart, and it strobes them from the back. So, it doesn't look good on camera, so I never do it on camera. But in person, this move has gotten people like every single time.
Tap out. No, I can see how that would work, especially when it's, you know, the only thing in your focal and the darkness surrounding, and yeah, no, I get it for sure. Fuck with their perception.
Yeah, so just to recap, like the Italians, like creatures and like some strobing.
The Italians. He's taking credit for the Italians. Hey, bada boopy. I'm here for it.
I will say, like, I came up with this thing here, but Corduroy advanced it a lot by doing like his are kind of more like open orbs compared to mine would be like closed like this. Sometimes like instead of his going like this, his will go like this. So there's like a lot of small like small details you could add to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so I also have a list of questions here for people who actually have done a certain amount of growing of community. So for starters, where are you from? Where is your local community?
LA.
LA area. Okay, very cool. So you'll be at G3 then, obviously. It's right in your backyard. Yeah. Very good. Go get your tickets now. If you haven't, guys, please do that. We're like 20 tickets away from releasing the next batch of competitor tickets, so go and snag those.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be crazy. Like, so many good glovers are gonna be there.
Indeed, it is gonna be the biggest event of the year. What was the gloving scene like when you started 2014? I kind of know a little bit what LA was like in 2014, but from your perspective, what was going on?
I was actually in school at the time. I was in pharmacy school in NorCal, and so I was just practicing by myself, like in the mirror pretty much. So I didn't really have a community until like 2016. So I'm not really sure I can answer that question about like the local LA scene.
That's valid.
Most of what I like through Facebook, Lovers Lounge, Impact Asylum.
A lot of people went through, especially the people who actually wanted to end up. In my experience, the people who have grown communities are people who didn't have one when they first started and had to practice by themselves. That's true for me. That is true for a lot of the people who ended up in the Amazing's regional leader program. That's just my experiences. People who started and really got the itch but didn't have anyone to itch it with, so to speak, ended up doing the work to find those itchers.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because it's like we want to provide to people what we didn't have.
Exactly. So what would you say kickstarted the community in your area?
The community in LA or in...
You know, that's kind of a hard question to answer because in LA, the community kickstarted the community in LA. Like, that's where everything was born. So, but like, when you were going to school, was there any semblance of activity around you, or did you just basically wait until you were done with school in order to try to find any amount of community?
Yeah, all the community that I had was through Facebook.
Okay, so the community just kind of existed because LA was the birthplace, so that's valid. God, these questions are kind of tough considering you're from LA. They don't really count considering it was the birthplace. What kickstarted the community in your area? Gloving in general. What local teams are in your area and where were they founded? Only the first ones. Like, which years were the most active in terms of these are all questions that just don't work because gloving was was and is Los Angeles was and is the mecca of gloving. So,
Yeah.
how about this? Who are the local celebrity glovers in your eyes these days?
Local. I mean, for me, it's always like Corduroy and like AO, so like Mumbles and like Mimic.
That makes sense.
Mimic is not throwing too much anymore. He still gloves from time to time. But yeah, the ones that are still gloving, I would just say like Corduroy and Mumbles, and those are two of my really good friends.
Nice. I would love to get Mums on here. So if you could poke him in the shoulder for me, that'd be cool.
For sure. Yeah, I could hit him up.
And then the last question is, what is your region known for? Being the mecca of gloving. Like all of these questions don't work for you because you're from LA. So sorry, but
it's all good. It makes it easier for me.
It really does. It really does. It kind of we got through the meat of it with the beginning of the interview, and I don't know. Let's see. Does my chat have any questions for our friend here?
That's the chat on YouTube, right?
Yep, the chat on YouTube is where we are currently checking out. And don't forget to smash the like button for our friend here. Share the stream. We will have to get you to wiggle your fingers at us before we do anything like ending the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is the greatest hurdle to new impactors in joining the community, in your opinion?
The greatest hurdle for new impactors. I think right now, that is a good question.
Specifically glovers that already glove but want to jump into impacting.
Yeah. I think right now it's the fact that there aren't a lot of impactors, and impacting is something that's much more powerful in person. So when you see like an impact show in person, like a really good one, like a lot of the small detail movements don't really make sense over camera until you see it in person. And so because there's so many little impactors right now, I think it's hard for like communities to come together or people to come together in real life and like learn those little like tips and tricks.
There's a lot of subtleties to impacting. That's definitely true. And the subtleties to impacting are another thing that kept me from doing it, because some of those timing tricks, some of the timer tricks, I should say, those are things that unless you have someone sitting there showing you what they know, it's a bitch to guess and check. It is an absolute bitch to guess and check. So
yeah, 100%. And I think also like since there aren't that many impactors posting content right now, the space is kind of stale, and so like usually innovation follows more innovation.
That's
like
true.
When people think something cool, they will want to build on it. And so right now it's just kind of stagnant because not a lot of people are posting much.
That's valid. That is valid. What advice would you give an interested person?
I would say if you're interested, then just find the people that you like and try and copy their shows. Like that's really the fastest way to learn, in my opinion. And every single great artist has done that. Like DaVinci has copied.
That's facts. Yeah, people put a lot of shit or put a lot of shame or stigma around the idea of biting someone's style. But when you're learning, listen, there's no better way to master something quickly than to try to copy someone who has already mastered it. Like it's a shortcut. Now, granted, you should not be going around saying, "Hey, I invented this stuff." That'd be really stupid. But especially for beginners, copy everything you see. Literally everything you see. Copy it all. Copy it, learn why it works, how it works, and then use that knowledge to come up with your own shit too.
Exactly, yeah. So that's how I look at it is like you kind of use everyone else's shows and you absorb it all, and then you use that what you learned, you use that as like vocabulary or letters to kind of create your own words. But it only comes from like learning the vocab first.
Oh, for sure. And Vio says you lose a lot of context with copy, but it's a good way to get the muscle memory going. And Vio, you're half right. You do you absolutely lose a lot of context with a copy, but that's why you can't stop at just the copy. If you stop at just the copy, that's where that loss of context happens. If you sit down and say, all right, I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to think to myself, why did this work for them? Why did this set of things, why did this particular transition from one concept to another, why did that work? And then you can start to see the threads that are piecing these webs together. And that is where the context lies.
100%.
So, Rhapsode in the chat. Hi, buddy. At one point, I was building myself. I was taking tons of inspiration from physics, Pharaoh, Trips, Mimic, and so many others. And honestly, so that's why you have a style that is just uncopyable now. Because when I started, I was taking inspiration from all of those people plus you. So it's like, at this point in down the generations, people have been copying, and the copies of the copies breed new mutations, and it's beautiful for something like Gloving.
It's like an all dance, right? Like classical dance. Like you got to learn from a teacher if you want to become a professional. Same thing with music, right? Like if you're a musician, like you're inspired by other people's music, and you start off trying to like emulate that and create that sound. And the more you learn about it, like the deeper you go, the more you're able to kind of expand on it, make your own thing.
Absolutely. Joe asks, have you personally tried the Glow LED iNova skins, and do you have an opinion on them? If so,
I have not tried them. I've heard mixed reviews actually. So one of the good things I heard is the case is very bright and it's like it shines the light well. But then two of the bad things I've heard is that it's very thick and that sometimes the chip kind of slides around inside. But I honestly don't know. I haven't tried them myself.
Interesting. Objection, hearsay. No, that's probably valid. I have a set of them that they sent me, but I don't have iNovas that I use anymore. I got rid of all my iNovas, so I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll send them to you and you can do the review for me.
I'll gladly take anyone's iNovas. Actually, funny story. When I was in college, this was in like 2015, I found this guy selling iNovas on eBay, emissives, and I bought like 60 of them for $2 each.
No way.
Yeah, I was
No
like packing
way.
so many. I was sitting on a gold mine.
That's
And
literally the biggest come up I've heard. Like that's almost as good as someone getting a back stock of Ravens. Like
yeah.
that doesn't happen anymore.
And then I was like just getting into impacting, and I was like, oh, I want to help out the scene, and so I sold like almost all of them for like $15 each.
It's a
If
good
I had
price.
held them now, then they would have been like 40 each.
True. I mean, you still got a ridiculous come up. I mean, let's be real here. Like that is stonks if I've ever heard of it. But like, you certainly could have held.
Yeah, I do regret giving so many away though, because now I'm like my iNovas are starting to bug out a little, and I'm
for
like,
sure. Yeah. No, at that point you're like, you gotta keep a hoard for yourself. I have 2 sets of big board Spectras that I'm hoarding for myself that nobody gets. Nobody is allowed to have those. They're mine. Everyone's like, do you have Spectras for sale? I'm like, no, I don't.
Mhm.
You cannot have them.
I have Spectras, but not for sale.
Yeah, the keyword there is for sale. Like, no, I don't. So yeah, we got to get the gloves on, dim that room, and then you are required to glove upside down.
Alright, I gotta move my
Oh, you got some auto ISO going, I think, on your camera.
Oh, it's just a webcam.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I highly recommend getting a really cheap capture card, HDMI capture card, and using your DSLR for a webcam. That's what I do.
What was it? A capture card?
Yeah, basically just look up HDMI capture card and buy a $20 like little thing off of Amazon.
Okay.
I actually might have another one handy that I can show you what I'm talking about. Well, here's the more expensive one that I use for my Switch, but it's exactly the same thing. It's just literally it says capture card on it, and you plug in an HDMI to it, and then you plug in your DSLR to the HDMI, and yeah, it streams right through as a webcam, and it's the best webcam I could possibly ask for, because uses my fisheye for extra room for activities.
What kind of camera are you the DSLR?
My camera is a Canon 7D Mark II.
Oh,
So it's an older model, but it checks out.
Because I actually can plug in I have a Sony. I actually can plug it in and use it as a webcam.
Oh, sure.
But the problem is it overheats really fast.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely experienced that with a Sony camera before. This thing does pretty good. Although lately, ever since I plugged it in, so I plugged it into, I've been using the HDMI because it looks better, but there's also a way to plug it in through a regular cord that you can run it through. There's a program that allows you to remote shoot and remote film through the computer. That method actually messed with my camera's settings, so now my camera blinks out every 50 minutes or so, even though I've got it on don't blink out at all, ever. So, that's annoying.
That's all bad, dude.
My camera has narcolepsy, is what VO says.
Alright, let's see if this works. We're playing around with this.
Well, we are waiting for the good camera here. Take this opportunity to drink some water. Smash that like button, share the stream. All that good stuff.
Okay, this one should work. Oh.
Hey, there it is. Oh, that's fancy. That looks good.
Yeah, my lights are my batteries are pretty low right now though. Let me see. Turn this thing off.
What Sony model do you have?
I have an A7S III.
Sure. So the fancy YouTube camera is what I like to call that.
Yeah. It's the like the meant for videos and low light. Is there a lag? It looks like it's lagging a little.
There might be a bit of, I wouldn't be able to tell if you're lagging, but it does look like there is a little bit of frame blur there. And see, that's why I think the HDMI is a better option, because when I did the direct data cable, it gave me a little bit of that frame drop. And I was like, there's no reason for this. So when I plugged it into the HDMI, it had no frame drop whatsoever.
Okay, so that's probably the move then. Yeah.
And it might do something to help your camera, because it will think that less data is being transmitted. Maybe it won't overheat as fast. I don't know if that's true. I might just be making stuff up, but it's worth a shot.
Cool. Can you send me like a link or like some text or something? I'll buy one of those tonight, because I do need to start using this camera a little more.
Yeah, I will absolutely link you with what I am talking about. No problem. I've literally had this conversation with almost every guest that I've had on this stream, because pretty much all of them have really nice DSLRs, but don't use it as a webcam. And that was like the first thing that I tried to figure out before I started streaming, was how to use my DSLR as my webcam, because I was not going to try to do gloving content without the best possible camera available to me.
Smart, man. So, I've been sitting on this camera and haven't been touching it at all.
It's definitely makes for a great webcam. So
yeah.
All right, so first things first, we need to see you glove upside down.
Are you for real?
Yeah, that's a requirement for the stream.
Wait.
Every guest has had to glove upside down. It's tradition.
All right, I got something for you.
Is he gonna do it? He did it. he did. Oh, he did it halfway. So that works. That's half and half. See, here's the funny thing is, half of the people will turn themselves upside down, and half of the people will turn the camera upside down. And both are completely valid answers to the question. But you did both, which means you are the biggest brain of all.
Well, my camera can only go sideways, or my tripod.
All right, but turn it back on its side, and then do your signature move upside down. That's the requirement for your upside down gloving experience here on the Jest show.
Like this. Well, let's see. Wait.
You're like, how do I flip myself now?
Well, the thing is, I utilize this move in all angles.
Sure, every perspective.
Yeah, every perspective. So it would be like this or like this. Yeah. IDK.
All right, let's get a couple more thumb tricks in there, and I think we'll consider it good.
Oh wait, it would have to be like this, right? Okay, hold up.
Yep, and then you gotta end with a strobe cage. Wait, end with a strobe cage. You can't not end with a strobe cage. There it is. Strobe cage! Alright, so that's valid. You have you passed the test according to the rules of the chat. You have passed the upside down test.
I tried my best.
Now you can show us what you got if you want to put on a song that we'll be able to hear, or I can cue you up with some music. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on my end. We tried to do this through Discord once, but it didn't really work.
If I play music, will you be able to hear it?
Will you be able to send it to Discord? That's the question. Because if I can hear it through Discord, then my chat can hear it, because I can hear all the desktop audio. But the other thing is if you have a song in mind, then I can just play it at the same time that you press play. That works just fine. We've done that before.
Damn, there has to be a better way.
There's bots. There's some kind of bots in Discord that were the answer to this question, but they got banned. So I don't know.
Oh damn.
It's
I'm cool with any song if anyone has like a song suggestion or something they want to see.
Song suggestions. Let's open it up for the next 60 seconds if we hear any song suggestions. Otherwise, I'm not going to wait around too long for it. We could just pull something. There's some trance. Let's find some trance. Trance. Oh, you know what? I got one for you. This one's definitely gonna get blocked.
Yeah, dude, I like gloving to like all sorts of music. Like, yeah, I love trance, I love house, love like dubstep. I love gloving to rap and like hip hop, like lo-fi beats.
Okay. Yep, I found it.
Yeah.
I found it.
Good.
Okay, so the song is called Fire, Fire, Fire. It's the Elan Bluestone remix of Progressia featuring Linnea Shassau. So let's just look up Fire, 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 Elan Bluestone remix, and you'll find it. This is definitely 100% going to get me in trouble, but I'll just mute it after the stream. Don't care.
Is it the 4-minute one or the 650 one?
The 4-minute
The
one.
4-minute?
You definitely don't have to go all 4 minutes, but you know, Impact shows kind of do that sometimes, so I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you want to
Alright.
start it. Count me in. Oh wait,
So,
hang on. I gotta find my where else this other music is playing from. Get rid of it. There it goes. Okay, I'm ready.
should we do like a 1, 2, 3, go? One of
Yeah,
those?
yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go.
We're echoing just a bit.
Turn my mic off.
Ah, I love this. Strobe cage! Absolutely gas. Was that the whole thing? That was the whole thing. Bro. Oh, you're still muted. But listen. That is the secret sauce. That is so good. That is exactly what we like to see. That is just oomph. Oomph.
Thank you, man.
Oomph. I heard that song on Trance Around the World back in like 2016 or something. That song is not recent. Like not that's an old song, but that song still comes up to the top of my brain whenever like trance gets like mentioned. And you absolutely fucking nailed it. So thank you for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But yeah, that's really it. That's probably the end of our time here, and by probably I mean we are solidly at 2 hours here. So I would love to thank you for coming on my show and doing the finger wiggle thing for my audience here, all of my friends in the chat here. Dave says that was awesome. Now I know why people cry. Impact shows are certain to make people cry. Very, very. This is one of the forms that has a very high success rate of making people cry. Very true. Loving it. Keep killing it. Keep doing your thing. One more time, give them all of your links.
Yeah, so YouTube, the Lighthouse Gloving. If you just Google or YouTube search the Lighthouse Gloving, you'll find it. And I'm on Instagram and TikTok as well. My tag is cold pause with a K. So it's KOLD, cold pause, PAWS.
Awesome. That's wonderful. So we'll see you next time then. We'll definitely be in touch and we'll have you back on. I'm gonna look up that streaming casting info thing that you said because I think it'd be really smart for us to do a dual stream to all of our platforms, but mainly TikTok because you have quite a big following on TikTok. I got to give you props for the growth there. I've been trying to build an audience on, just anything for gloving for the last almost 10 years now, which is crazy to me. But it's wild that TikTok was like, no, you may not build a gloving audience, but you can have a lightsaber audience. So I gotta give you mad props for building a gloving audience because I know it is not easy. It is not easy.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other glovers out there that like have pretty big followings. It's all about consistency, really. There's
really
one guy,
is.
He goes live like almost every day, and I will say like he may not be the best glover, but because he just shows up, he has like some 300K followers. And on his lives, there's always like a couple thousand people on there. So as long as you're consistent, then I mean, you could definitely build an audience on TikTok.
Maybe I just need to post more. Maybe that's the answer. It's crazy because like I found a rhythm of posting a lot of lightsaber videos, but it was never a rhythm for me to make the gloving versions of those things. For me, it was always, oh, you have to post a full light show. And what I never grasped on TikTok was, no, they want to see 6 seconds, bro.
Yep.
And then when it came to the lightsaber content, it was like, well, that makes sense because each trick is 6 seconds. So perfect.
Yeah, TikTok, you got to grab their attention within the first like half second because all of these kids, they just want to swipe up unless they're like immediately attracted to it.
I get it. I definitely get it. But anyways, man, thank you again for being on, and blessed be the rest of your evening.
Cool, man. Thank you for having me.
Have a good one.
Peace.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that'll be it for me tonight on the gloving aspect of the things. But I'm going to end this stream and start another one. We're going to start playing some Apex Legends. So stick around if that's the kind of thing you're into. If that's not the kind of thing you're into, I understand. I get it. That's totally fine. But as always, remember, it is way better to be weird than boring.